Well, we've just learned this morning the federal deficit is now expected to pass $1.5 trillion. And you can't talk about getting this number down without talking about entitlements. Entitlements like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the list really goes on. So the question remains, how do we fix it? Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions is here, and the senator is a ranking member of the Senate Budget Committee. So, Senator, what's your plan for cutting entitlement spending?
Well, certainly entitlements have to be examined carefully, and there's got to be efforts taken, be somewhat painful but not devastating, to fix those programs and getting them on a sound path. But I have to tell you, almost every dollar of that $1.5 trillion is not coming from entitlement shortfalls, but it's coming from discretionary spending. Entitlements are only slightly in deficit right now. They'll get worse in the out years, but right now this is a product of President's extraordinary increases in spending. And I said a couple of days ago that this speech would be a defining moment for him, and I called on him to make an address that would rally the American people to the serious conditions we're in and to help us work together to lead our way out of it. And he really did not do that. It was disappointing to me.
Senator, it's interesting that you say that, though, about discretionary spending and entitlements, because many blame politicians for just not wanting to touch entitlements because it's just not politically beneficial for you to deal with them. And instead, discretionary spending is an easier thing to deal with. It's easier for the public to swallow. But you're saying that's not the case, that really discretionary spending is where we need our efforts now?
Well, we have surged discretionary spending in the last several years. We need to take that spending level back to 2008 levels. The president said he was going to freeze spending, but at 2010 levels, at the surged higher levels. That is not going to work. His own deficit commission said that he should go down to 2008 levels. He ignored that. And entitlements are a threat to us as the years go by. It gets worse and worse. We've got to confront them. But I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, that the entitlements slipped this year because of the recession into a negative position, but not a lot. Almost all of that $1.5 trillion is discretionary spending. 40% of every dollar we spend is borrowed, and we simply have to do better.
Senator, a lot of our viewers in our live chat right now want to talk a little bit more about the entitlement side. And you say that the cuts that we could make for entitlement spending would be painful but not devastating. What specifically does that mean?
Well, for example, you could raise the age on Social Security before you draw it over a period of 20 years, 30 years. Those kind of things gradually, without affecting current recipients, excuse me, would make a big difference. And let me say something that's a bit irritable to me, if you'd give me a moment.
Sure.
The president suggested, I suppose, that Republicans should come forward and propose how to cut entitlements. Well, he's the president. He asked for the job. He had the opportunity to speak to the American people last night and explain the serious situation we're in and why we have to make some changes, why business as usual cannot continue.
All right.
Did he do that? No.
Senator,
he provided no real leadership last night, and that's what frustrates me as a person on, ranking on the Budget Committee. We see these numbers, and they are not small. They are really huge.
Senator, we want to ask you as well how you're meeting the president halfway, but I have to take a quick commercial break. So we'll take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be right back with Senator Sessions. Welcome back to Happening Now. Senator Jeff Sessions from Alabama is with us again, ranking member of the Senate Budget Committee. And Senator Sessions, you just basically called out the president, saying he's not providing the leadership and coming forward with his own ideas for some of these questions when it comes to the deficit. The question I have for you, though, is how are you meeting him halfway? Are you actually working with the president to get some of these things done?
The leadership reached a good agreement over December. The president demanded $250 billion new spending, but we got the continuation of tax rates. There are a lot of things that can be done, and I will absolutely work with the president. If he comes forward and we can reach an accord and move forward with a plan to strengthen Social Security, strengthen Medicare, and contain the dangerous level of discretionary spending that's now ongoing, the nation is critical at a critical point. You think about Governor Christie in New Jersey, David Cameron, the new Prime Minister, England, even Governor Brown in California. They're proposing far more spending reductions than the president is talking about. And our economy and our nation is on the wrong road. We're heading to a cliff.
Senator.
The right road will be a tough road, but it'll lead us to prosperity, and that's what we've got to get on.
And we look forward to checking in with you as this whole process develops. It's a big job ahead, and we appreciate you sharing your time with us today, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you very much.